I have a tool that's really critical to almost everything I do in one way or another. It's my Dremel tool. It's such a handy tool. The switch stopped working. I found a company that sells replacement parts, and so I picked one up, and this video is going to be how to change it. So you're going along with me. I don't know any more than you do at this point. And we're going to take it apart and see if we can fit the new switch in and get things to work again. And I've got a helper today. Who apparently knows way more about it than I do. From here, it looks to me to be the right switch. But we'll have to take the Dremel apart and see if in fact it is the right switch. So let's get started. The Dremel has 4 screws on the back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it requires a T10 Torx screw head. So I've got one of those, and I've got a little 1/4-inch drive to take it off with. The next thing that needs to come out are the brush holders and the brushes. Well, with that done, the 2 halves of the Dremel should just come apart, I believe. Yeah, they do. Fairly simple. Uh-oh, something fell out. Some kind of a spring. This fell out from up here, and what it looks like to me is the spring for this button that fits around the shaft and fits around this shaft right here, and the button, it gives the button some springiness to work. There's also another part that fell out, this piece, and that would be this piece here would fit right into that hole right there, and this spring clip would hold it in place. So we have to take the motor out with the shaft and everything to be able to unplug the switch, and I think it just pops out. Yeah, it looks like it just pops out like so. This just unplugs from, there's a rubber disc here that has to come off in order for it to come through. Yeah, there's the bearing. That rubber disc covering the bearing had to come off. So we'll put the motor aside because our attention is on these things here, these wires. I'm not sure how we get those out. Okay, so the wires just actually pull straight out. and I'm hoping that when I push on them they'll push straight in, but they don't seem to be doing that, so I guess you just have to kind of hit it in the right spot on the wire. It's a little fiddly, but it seems to hold in place once you get it in the right spot. So there are the wires reconnected. Now we need to replace this on, we need to replace this on the motor itself, and I'm thinking there's probably only one direction that it will fit, and I seem to have found that spot, so that's how it was when I took it out. Alright, so there I have it. When I draw the screws in, that'll draw things tight. Why was that binding up? I really couldn't see anything that was causing it. I think just removing it and putting it back in settled the motor inside here into the position it needed to be in. It may have just been not quite in position, but hopefully you won't have that problem if you change the switch. But it's just something that is going to require a little bit of fiddling, I guess you'd say, just taking it apart and putting it back together until it seats properly. So there we have it. The last thing I have to put in before I close things up is the ring here to hang it with, and it goes right in, right down in this area here. So I'll put that in, and then we'll put the screws back in and put this back together and see if it works. And I suppose, like any other type of plastic screw, you just want to get it snug. You don't want to over tighten it and strip the threads out of the plastic. So see if the collet locks. Yes, the collet does lock. Let's take the thing apart and just look at the shaft here for a second. Yeah, the shaft is tight. Undo the button, the shaft spins, and now I can't turn the shaft. So yeah, the lock is in the proper position. The switch has got a nice clicky feel to it. unlike the old switch, which just kind of has no click left in it. So let's plug this in and see if it's going to work. All right, plugged in, moment of truth. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah. The switch works. I have now a number of speeds on this thing, and that's great. I've been struggling along with this Dremel not having most of the bottom end speeds for a long time. It'll help me do some fine polishing and that kind of thing. So $15 and shipping charge, and I've got virtually well, I have a workable tool now, and I saved myself quite a bit of money doing this. So I'll leave a link to the description down below of where I got the parts. They have pretty much everything you need to repair these Dremels, and the repair seems to work fine. My son and his girlfriend got me a tool set for my birthday. It sure is nice having tools organized, everything with a place where you can keep it neat. This happens to be a Craftsman tool set, and I'm really thankful for it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you think it would help somebody, share it with them, subscribe for more videos, and as always, comment as you see fit. Till the next video, we'll see you later. So long.